So this is like the third time I've recorded this video. I do not know why it's not recording. But anyway, I just want to encourage you ladies this afternoon. I'm on my way Christmas shopping because I've waited till the last minute, and I want to go before it gets really, really cold. So I'm on the roads. But I keep seeing this question of burnout coming up in the chat. And one of the things, I just want to encourage you to just be mindful, like, of the tricks of the enemy, right? Because it's very easy. I know one of the things one of my mentors told me a long time ago, because she didn't really understand spiritual concepts and the disease of addiction in the Bible, right? But she told me, she said, understand my disease, right? And so one of the things, what that told me was I need to understand where that negativity comes from. And I need to understand when things are attacking my mind and attacking my thoughts, that I need to know the root of that. And I just want to be mindful that, when we're talking about burnout too, that we're understanding that sometimes the enemy tries to trick our minds into feeling like we're doing too much, or to make us feel like, in my case, a lot of times it's making me feel like I'm not doing enough. I understand that I'm a high capacity person, and sometimes I can make the mistake of expecting everybody to do everything that I do and want to go the extra mile all the time, and sometimes I feel like I'm just not doing enough and I could do more. And that's one of my character defects, right? But the enemy can make me think that sometimes, like, oh, you just too tired. And it ain't that I'm too tired, it's that I'm comfortable, right? I understand that I need to take care of myself. Taking care of myself is holy, and getting rest is holy. Like, I have a medical condition. I have Graves' disease. I have to take my medication. I have an iron deficiency. I have to know my body, and I have to take my medication. And I believe that, as I'm taking care of myself, and that too, sometimes that my body just needs rest. I believe that rest is holy. But also, the Bible tells us that we could do all things through Christ who strengthens us, right? We could do all things through Christ that strengthens us, and that we should take up our cross and that we should bear it daily. And I know one of the tools that really helped me was doing the fourth step, right? Because when I did a fourth step, I was able to learn who I really was versus who I thought I was, right? Having a mentor walk me through a fourth step and walk down those dark hallways and remove some of the cobwebs and help me with the confusions and the contradictions in my life, right? Because confusion is not of God. That's of the enemy. That's of the devil. That's a spiritual attack, right? So I know one of the things I had to do was I had to learn how to live in my moments, right? Like, I couldn't overwhelm myself with all the things that was on my plate. I write my task out for today. This is my task for today. This is what I'm executing. I'm not focused on tomorrow. Tomorrow will be tomorrow. I ain't too focused on yesterday if it ain't on the task list for today. And that just kind of helped me get more of an ebb and flow in my life, because I don't believe in balance. We're never going to get balance in our life. The world is never, that God didn't create life like that. God created life to ebb and flow. Sometimes things are all good, and sometimes things are all bad. We go through these seasons in our lives, and so sometimes we're flowing more than we're ebbing, right? Sometimes we're ebbing more than we're flowing, right? And so it's how we adjust to those things and how we respond to those things. And if I could do all things through Christ who strengthens me, no matter how hard it gets, I'm going to be encouraged, right? I'm going to be encouraged that this too shall pass. So I just don't want us to get, fooled by the enemy into thinking that, what God gives us and puts on our plate isn't for the benefit of us. And it isn't for our good, and it isn't to glorify him, because we like all the trinkets that he gives us. We like for the way that he provides for us. And the moment that he tells us you need to do more, we want to buck and rebel. Now it's I, me. And I'm talking about me, right? I'm talking about me. I might be saying we, but I'm talking about me. We want to buck and we want to rebel. And so just understanding where the attacks come from, understanding that if you have health issues and different things, that you need to take care of yourself, because one of the things that you don't want to do is you don't want your body to shut down on you. But just understand where all of that burnout talk is coming from. Is it really because you have too much on your plate? Is it really because you need some rest? Is it really because you're just overwhelming yourself? Or is it because you're not trusting God, right? And that you're not walking out what God has called you to do, right? Because, you know, we always, sometimes I have the tendency to get caught and trapped in my comforts. Comfort zones are traps. And while they may feel good, they're traps, right? Because comfort zones can keep you from walking out and being all that God called you to be. They can, right? And sometimes we get so comfortable that we don't want to be committed. So, and whenever I'm not committed to the things of God, I'm going to be, the enemy is surely likely to creep in. So I don't know if this has helped anybody. You know, I know if anybody wants to do a 4-step, I am more than willing to do a 4-step with you. You don't have to be in recovery from substance abuse to do a 4-step. You just attach your thing, whatever your thing is, to it. And just know that I love you all. And I want you all to have a very, very Merry Christmas. And I can't wait for us to get together. I know we didn't meet this month, but I can't wait for us to get together next month to start our planning and for the play and all of that stuff. So you ladies have a great afternoon.